Hi, we're the Q Dogs.
And you're watching the Retro Ass Old Gamer.
Honey, it's the old ass retro gamer.
Whatever. He'll fix it in post.
Hey everybody, Chris, the old ass retro gamer here, and welcome to day 10 in the licensed video game challenge. Out of all the decades that I've been talking about when it comes to the licensed games, this one was probably the hardest because in the 2010s, that's when licensed games started to dry up, I guess is the term I would use. When it comes to the PS4, the Switch, and the Xbox One, there were not very many licensed games coming out. You would get one every once in a while, but it wasn't like this onslaught of them that you used to get for the previous generation. So it was kind of hard to pick a game based on a 2010 license because there wasn't many to choose from. But there was one game that I've always wanted to play that came out in the late 2010s, based on a movie from the late 2010s that I absolutely hate. And I've always heard that the game based on it is 100,000 times better. I chose the right game to play because that is The Mummy Demastered. Yes, this is based on the Tom Cruise Mummy reboot of the reboot, where Universal was trying to create this dark universe, shared universe of monsters. And the movie bombed so hard and was so critically panned that it basically killed that concept with one film. But like I said, everyone had been saying this game based on it is fantastic, so I wanted to give it a shot. Was not willing to do the digital download route because that was the only way you were able to get a copy of the game originally. Eventually, Limited Run Games decided to finally get the rights to the game and put it on physical media, which is what I've been waiting for years. And as of recording this video, I actually beat this game last night, so it's all fresh in my mind, so here we go. Mummy Demastered is a Metroidvania style game based on events from the Mummy movie, but you don't play as Tom Cruise's character, you play as a generic soldier in Prodigium, I do believe is the name of the secret society that is trying to control or destroy all the monsters that have been rising recently. Amunet, the mummy from the film, being the most recent one. You're basically charged with killing Amunet before she can escape and spread into the world. You go into these caves trying to find her and kill her, and like in every Metroidvania style game, you're going through these levels, a lot of them are very vertical, collecting power-ups. In this game, you get health packs that give you an extra bar of health, a fanny pack upgrade that lets you be able to carry more ammo, new weapons. You only carry 2 specialty guns, as well as your starting pistol, which has unlimited ammo, and 1 grenade-style weapon. And then you also find these scrolls or artifacts that give you special abilities like you would in Metroid, like you get the ability to dash, you get the ability to jump higher, you get the ability to swim underwater. You also can find these trinkets, and there's 50 of them scattered throughout the game that'll give you a trophy once you collect all 50. I did not do that. I collected, I think, 41. Each ability allows you to go back to previous areas and reach sections that you were not able to previously, like in every good Metroidvania style game. You fight these humongous bosses that take up the entire screen, basically. Actually, there's a couple times where the camera view actually pulls back to show more of the environment because the bosses take up so much real estate. And the cool thing is, if you die, your character becomes possessed by Amunet, and then another soldier takes that person's place. And in a very Dark Souls-esque turn, you have to actually go and kill that zombified soldier in order to gain all of the abilities and weapons that he has found so far, which is pretty awesome. The game is actually not too long. I actually finished it in about 6 hours. I probably could have done it a lot sooner, but I really wanted to try to find all the nooks and crannies that I could get to with my new abilities and stuff. But WayForward, one of my favorite developers, worked on this game, and they knocked it out of the park. It did not overstay its welcome. It is fun. It is fast-paced, not very frustrating. I only died a handful of times, but it was actually kind of cool being able to fight my previous self in order to get back all the things that I've acquired. It is a retro style game, so everything looks kind of like a Super Nintendo game, but a real fancy one. The music is kind of a combination of modern day music and chiptune music, and it has a very hard electronic beat, which is right up my alley, keeps me motivated to keep going because I want to hear what the next track is a lot of the time. It controls extremely well. I love most of the weapons that you get. The plasma weapon, which is the last one you can find, is kind of worthless. I found it actually kind of interesting that the weapons that I tended to use the most were the starting pistol, which has the unlimited ammo, and this machine gun. It is amazingly fun. It is very well made, well thought out, and yes, it is definitely better than the movie on which it's based. There is absolutely no question. I would rather play through this 150 times in a row than watch that movie again. So there you go, day 10 in the licensed video game challenge done. And it's kind of cool that I can actually talk about a game that I've actually played recently, like yesterday recently, instead of having to recall details from games I haven't played for months, years maybe. When it comes to these videos, I've captured the footage after I've talked about them, so I probably should have done it the other way around. Never said I was smart. What would your favorite licensed game from the 2010s be? There were a few, but like I hadn't really played a whole lot of them, which I guess is my other problem when it came to this topic. I really wanted to talk about Iron Man VR, but that actually came out in 2020, so out of the question. So let me know what your choice would be for your favorite 2010 licensed game, either in a response video, I'd absolutely love to see them, or in the comment section below. I just want to hear from people on these topics that I'm making these videos about. That's why I'm doing it, get conversations going. So I hope to hear from you soon. And until tomorrow's next topic in the Licensed Video Game Challenge, I am Chris, the Old Ass Retro Gamer, signing off.